Hello, and let's do the astro weather for October 11th. So we have one of those night aspects with the moon making a conjunction to Lilith. So we have the moon newly in Virgo, and we also have Lilith only last week in Virgo. So this is going to be the moon really asking us to get to work. Okay, Virgo moon wants us to work. So it really wants us to get to work on looking through our critical natures and the emotional repression of those things might start showing up in your dreams. You might have quite emotional dreams. And this is really a time to, like, we have a lot of Pisces and Neptune energy around at the moment. So it really is a time to be writing down your dreams, particularly when you are dealing with this sort of repressed emotion stuff that you in your waking day may not be feeling, but are only seeing it showing up in your dreams. So, and then there's another energy that we could also wake up with when we are waking up, because the moon is making an opposition to Saturn at 1 a.m. And this is kind of fight energy on the home front. Again, this could show up in your dreams. If you are someone who is very critical of the way that you are or have been in family dynamics, this is the sort of energy that's going to show up in your dreams as well. And this is like home fight energy in relation to children and in relation to shared finances. So the moon in Virgo obviously wants us to work, wants us to look at the details. And Saturn in Pisces is very deep in our emotions. So it could be a lot of emotional things coming up about your kids or about financial situations on the family front. And this also brings that energy of, relationships with authority being quite problematic. So you could find yourself getting up on Wednesday morning and the children want to fight with you over everything. So just be aware of that. It can also cause us to kind of be on the depressed side. If you are someone who does struggle with that in your mental health, depression, and anxiety, this is quite a high energy day for that. So just be aware of that. Starting off with that Lilith conjunction with the moon, it will be quite an emotional day on Wednesday. So just really concentrate on small healthy things. With the moon in Virgo, we want to be concentrating on keeping our body healthy on the physical front, on the mental, emotional, and spiritual front. So just taking those small habits, making sure that on Wednesday you are eating regularly and drinking your water and taking a minute to breathe, because any sort of overwhelm can push you a little bit more into that depressed nature. At 1:45, another annoying aspect before we even wake up, with the moon making a conjunction with Venus, again, both in Virgo. So this is very emotional, but Virgo, you may not be able to express this vulnerability in the best way. So you would want to be around people during this kind of energy when you are in it, that are in their feminine energy. It's really supportive of that. But again, this could bring dreams of feminine energy. So it could be bringing up dreams that are aligning with your mother wound that we are healing, your inner mother wound, your actual mother. And it's, that wound of needing something external to validate your human experience, okay? So 3:17 a.m., so still before most of us are out of bed here in Australia, is the sun semi-squaring the moon, so bringing that uncomfortable balance of the masculine and feminine now. So trying to see things from both sides. So if you have, been someone who, I know a lot of people have been, really had this mother energy showing up in their dreams, this could be the sort of energy that wants you to be looking at it from her perspective. Okay, so really kind of asking you to see that side of it and shining light on what the other person's side of it was. Okay, so then when we are waking up, around 6:54 a.m., there is a good aspect to be waking up to, because this one is one that will empower us to make changes to our daily habits. So again, moon in Virgo. Now, the big movement on Wednesday, of course, is Pluto going direct. So Pluto has been in retrograde since the 1st of May. Now, this has been giving us a time to sort of slow down and do our own kind of private transformations. And so wherever Capricorn placements and houses are in your chart, that is where you have been looking at as an overall collective vibe. This is like law and order and justice and government and rules and regulation, okay? So now Pluto goes direct, he takes away our breathing space and he comes to push us forward, okay? So any sort of voluntary time that we have had is now gone, and we will be being forced to make these transformations. Pluto basically saying time is up, I am back in charge now, okay? So for a lot of people, this is going to see them feeling like they are spiraling out of control, okay? So this is the energy of needing to accept the reality of what is happening around you and accept the reality of the changes that you have already put in place or the ones that you need to put in place, okay? So all of these things would have been brought up with the Mercury Venus retrogrades and also this Aries full moon energy that we are still under until the weekend. All right, so we have the eclipse on the horizon as well. So this is a very transformative energy, Pluto going direct, taking kind of away our ability to have that breathing space now and to ask us to really start this last run into Pluto moving to Aquarius, which it will do so in January. So it's like the transformation that Pluto has slowed down is now expedited, or whether you like it or not. Okay, so this is a huge energy shift and we will be feeling it throughout this whole entire week. At 10 o'clock, we will see the moon making a semi-sextile with Mercury, so moon in Virgo, Mercury also now in Virgo. So this is a good aspect to have conversations, and the ideas that will come up will likely be about the reciprocal or balanced nature of the relationship, okay? So yeah, Pluto being the big one that day. So really, if you are someone who has been working on your own transformation and someone who has been kind of on top of it and really doing the work, then this is going to be a positive push forward. If you are someone who has been fighting what Pluto has been trying to show you, or I guess making wrong decisions for your inner self, this is going to be a very challenging energy. That's all I've got for you. I'll see you tomorrow.